Hi Kiwis, just in case you needed another reason to hate the coalition, last week they rushed this bill through in the secrecy of the night. This government has decided that if you become disabled, something that can happen to anyone, anytime, then forcing you as an individual into poverty before they'll support you with care and equipment costs isn't enough. They now want to remove your financial independence and force your family into poverty too before they'll support your disability costs. This bill proposes obliging disabled individuals and their families to cover costs with personal funds, unpaid labour and lost income opportunity before the government is obliged to provide assistance. On the surface, this may seem vaguely reasonable. Families should want to support their disabled whānau, right? Help with covering costs that the public system can't? Well, yes, but do you think that doesn't already happen? Like in my case, the tens of thousands of dollars in care, housing and equipment that I and my family have supplemented over the years, while I sat on waiting lists for an average of 2.5 years per service before even getting an assessment. Families are already spending more than they have to plug holes in the system and attempt to support their disabled whānau to become financially independent. And in my case again, for instance, if this bill in effect cut my funding to in-home care alone, what would the chain of events be? I would have to move back in with my mum, a blow to my dignity as a currently independent 30-year-old, but more than that, my mum lives in a semi-rural area on an inaccessible property. I'd be trapped on the property, except on weekends when her and her partner would be home from work and maybe in a position to help me go out. I'd lose access to my communities and therefore therapies, which would cause rapid deterioration of my physical and mental health, increasing medical costs for the government. My mum would have to reduce her work hours to help care for me, reducing the household income and therefore tax contributions. And if all that wasn't enough, my own taxable income would all but disappear completely, as my decreased health and community access barred me from even more opportunities and demanded even more of my limited capacity to merely survive. Imagine this domino effect across every disabled individual and their families across the country, and you immediately start to see why this bill cannot be allowed to come into law. We know this government does not care about us and what we have to say, as they have shown time and again over the last 3 years that they will fast-track legislation, ignore public submissions, gaslight communities, and when that doesn't work, come back with the same hateful rhetoric repackaged to have the fight again. With the election approaching, the best thing we can do is enroll to vote and make sure, as a people, that this coalition can no longer attack our communities for the benefit of the 1%. Kia kaha, kia maia, ka kite.